Yeah. Now, before I even start, you guys may know that the term overrated, a lot of people get this term mistaken and they don't know what it means. The term overrated means you get more credit than what you deserve. Okay? It doesn't mean that you suck. It doesn't mean that you're bad. It doesn't mean that you don't deserve some form of credibility that you get. All right? It just simply means you're placed on a level or a pedestal way too high in terms of what you deserve. Okay, meaning um, you could be getting too much praise than needed. You know. So with that being said, we're gonna go into our third pick of most overrated NBA player of all time. All right. For me, this guy was drafted 2003. Um, his career might have been a little different if he got drafted by Detroit Pistons. But let's not talk about what ifs. Let's talk about what is, okay? Now, what is, played for Syracuse, raised in Baltimore, born in Brooklyn, but raised in Baltimore. He had a reputation for being a lights out scorer, okay? And we're going to get into that for a second, all right? Um, but if you don't know who I'm talking about by now, the guy I'm talking about is Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony is by far one of the most overrated players of all time, and one of the most underachieved NBA players of all time. This guy played for over the same amount of time, 17 to 16 seasons, um, in the league, just like his fellow running mate LeBron James, who was drafted 2003 along with him. But this guy tends to be the most underachieved. I mean, out of all his years of playing, the only thing he really got that has significant meaning is a scoring title. And the scoring title that he achieved, he got towards the last month of the regular season, I believe. Um, Now, he's known for a prolific scorer, right? But let's put that scoring into a microscope, if we should. Um, this guy's another version of Kobe Bryant, but a worse version of Kobe Bryant, because this guy doesn't take a shot that he doesn't like, and within that, he has to shoot tremendous amount of times to get into a rhythm. Problem with this is that he shoots his teams out of games. Many times that he's shooting the ball, by the time he gets hot, the league or the game, the lead or the game is blown to a point that he can't make a comeback on. Um, he's also one of the most underachieved players in the postseason. Now, this guy has had help. He was on the championship contender team for several years. He's There's a big criticism around this guy because he passed up a opportunity to play on certain teams for a championship. But let's say that he didn't take the money and he just wanted to win, right? Even if this guy just wanted to win, um, you still run the risk of of course, losing. But his deficiencies still don't equal to winning. This guy doesn't know how to play winning basketball. He's more great on a playground basketball court. He's a perfect playground basketball player because he could take all the shots he wants just to get hot, and then he may win a game or two. But in the NBA, that doesn't necessarily work. He's also an underrated rebounder. I give him credit on that. Carmelo Anthony is a good offensive rebounder, but outside of offensive rebounding and volume scoring, which is not that good, this whole gimmick of him being a real great scorer, just because he has a skill set that he has good moves, doesn't mean he's necessarily a good scorer. You still have to put the ball in the basket to be a good scorer and do it at an efficient rate. This is something Carmelo Anthony has never done. Okay? All these shot jacking seasons that he's had, he's only led the lead in scoring once. Okay, there's been several guys that known for scores that's led the league more than once and are better scorers than Carmelo Anthony. Kevin Durant being one of them. Um, his defense is suspect to the core. Even in his prime, this guy was a bad defensive player. He only played one half of the court. His playmaking ability is suspect. Um, he's not a good. He doesn't have a good IQ of playing basketball, of getting teammates involved, or even boosting their morale to help them play good. He's been on several. His Denver Nuggets teams competed against Kobe's Lakers for a championship. Now, you can look at this both ways. Since he's not a better basketball player than Kobe, he's always got cooked by Kobe all the time. Um, that could be the main reason why he always lost, right? But you also have to take into fact that he had more than enough talent to win, even beat this Lakers team, because that Denver Nuggets team was evenly matched with the Lakers. It's just the fact that he couldn't outplay Kobe because he's a worse virgin when it comes to being efficient than Kobe. Now he does have a season when he was the most efficient player in the clutch. That's true. So we give him credit for that. He was at one point in his career for one season a great clutch basketball performer. But other than that, this guy has highly been one of the most overrated players. And you have so much Melo fanboys or these people that act like this guy won championships already. This is why I keep making jokes and saying that, Melo's on the team now. Now they're going to win the championship because he's a natural born winner. But in that case, he's not. I'm just being sarcastic. So Carmelo Anthony is my number 3 most overrated basketball player of all time. The fact I'm not going to hold the fact that he doesn't have a championship against him, but I would hold the fact that he has cost his team more losses than wins. The numbers prove that. If you look at his stats, especially in the playoffs, they decrease. His shot jacking goes up even more. He had some postseason performances only shooting 42% from the field, but jacking up a tremendous amount of shots. But with that said, I'm just going to leave it at that. Carmelo Anthony, number 3, most overrated basketball player of all time. Peace.